Hello, my name is Aubrey Tarushi. I am Team Foster's Key Research Manager and Project Manager.
I am Tate Stevenson. I am the design or creative design lead and the project coordinator.
We decided in response to how to manage waste in our society, we decided to create a water filter. Doing some background research, we found that in average households, there's 90 gallons of water wasted per day. So we decided to create a water filter using household items. We did some more research and found that a standard 5-layer reverse osmosis membrane water filter could be created using such things as coffee filters, cotton balls, simple fabric, and of course some carbon, activated carbon, which you would have to get or order online. And we decided to make a gradient depth filter using minerals such as gravel, sand, and also carbon that would help take out odor and color from our water while the reverse osmosis membrane cleans it.
So our first prototype, we had used a milk jug, but the milk jug was too of a regular shape for all the water to get filtered evenly. The water would end up gray or have specks of dust in it because we were just using gray water from the outside. And so then we added more layers to it, more coffee filters and cotton balls to remove that, but it was still gray. So we did some more researching on finding another way we could get rid of these unwanted things in the water.
So my parents are both scientists, and we asked my mother, who is a plant biologist, how we could manage different filters. They use many filters in the lab, and so she said that we should use something with more of an even diameter. So instead of using a milk jug, which is a very irregular shape, we decided to use soda bottles. The first soda bottles is one of those common Coke party bottles that are really big and thick, and it has an even diameter throughout most of it. And the second is a Sprite bottle. We created our gradient depth filter and our reverse osmosis membrane filter, and we stacked them on top of each other. We used rubber bands and little wood pallets to stabilize the whole structure. And at the very bottom, we have an old unused coffee carton that's been empty for a long time. We cleaned it out, and then we cut in a small hole where we could insert cups for the water.
So our experts were Greg Latter and Aubrey Spears. So Greg Latter explained the reverse osmosis filter, how it would cycle through and remove odors and things. And then Aubrey Spears talked a lot about the gradient depth filter, how it would remove a lot of the sediments and things from the water.
So the idea of a gradient depth filter is that the largest minerals are on top and it slowly becomes finer as you go down, with activated carbon removing odor from the water and the other two filters removing color and sediments. So you start with gravel, it becomes sand, and then activated carbon. And for our reverse osmosis membrane, we had this main membrane, which is the cotton balls and coffee filters, and surrounding those are our post and pre-sediment and carbon filters, which include pouches of rayon that have activated carbon within them, and another stack of rayon right here. So before we continue, we'd like to show you, this is some dirty, muddy water that's used with garden and tap water mixed together. And we're going to pour this right on the top here.
It might not work as well as it used to. We have photos we can show you, but because of when it fell, the layers got mixed together and we didn't have enough time to
That's another thing we discovered through multiple times of testing. We discovered that if the layers mix too much together in the gradient depth filter, then the minerals don't sift as well as they do. So I have some photos on my phone that show what our thing originally looked like. So here we have, try to show you, this was what the gradient depth filter originally looked like with the layers all evened out. As you can see, they've gotten a bit mixed up due to the fall. And this was our Sprite bottle reverse osmosis membrane, if you wanted to take a closer look. And that is, and then finally we have our pH level right here. So after some testing with this water filter, we found that our pH level is equal to 7, which is the same as tap water and usable water. So throughout our whole testing process, we used multiple things. We hypothesized, we did multiple tests. We found that the milk jug didn't work. We created this new filter, and we found that our water was pH level 7, which is the same as usable water, and thus our goal was completed as we managed to build a homemade water filter using materials you can find anywhere to create dirty water into reusable tap water.
Also, so this is not drinking water. It will solve the bacteria in it. It's just like, say you're like cleaning some windows and you don't want to waste the 90 gallons of water per day. So you would like do it for the filter, get more water, wash that. And when that becomes dirty, then you'll have the new ready tap water rather than refilling the bowl of your cleaning water over and over, as an example.
In the other screen, you can see our poster. So we drew the two different parts of our filter separately. And on one side, we have explained our engineering process, our design method, how we created prototypes, and how those prototypes evolved into something that creates our final product. And on the other side, we have our scientific product, which shows how we reached the pH level of 7 through our multiple series of testing. And once we get this demonstration done, we'll be able to show you the difference between this water and the water that our filter produces. Just gonna pour that. Just pour it another one.
Came through. So I would like to add on to a little bit more of the expert interviews. So one of our questions we asked was how the reverse osmosis membrane work. So it'll work by whenever it sends through, it will, after the gradient depth filter, will remove remaining contaminants that you don't, and particles from the water that you wouldn't want in your water. Another one is what does the sediment layers do? So they will also help get rid of all the extra sediments, and it's just the reverse osmosis will remove the smaller ones that you can. Sorry, this will remove the reverse osmosis will remove the bigger ones that you will be able to visibly see, but the sediment layers will remove the smaller ones that you can't see through the finer layers, and then they get finer because it will just remove the smaller particles.
Yeah. So to summarize the two filters, we have one that removes color, odor, and large particles, and reverse osmosis membrane removes the smaller particles so that there aren't little remnants of dust in clear water. And we had multiple donations from both sides of the family. Tate's side of the family donated the Sprite bottle. My side of the family also donated the big Coke bottle. Our robotics teacher helped us with the wood. We drilled and cut holes into the wood so that we may be able to insert the bottles. And that's so.
Before we also did the wood, it was cardboard, but the cardboard got flimsy because the coffee filter through the hole in the Sprite bottles would get wet and then become flimsy and would break or fall down. And so we decided to find a more sturdy substitute for the cardboard.
And our water filter is currently filtering through the different layers that you can see demonstrated on our poster. And we hope that by using this water filter, it's very tall, but mostly it can stay in a small compact area, such as the kitchen or the garage. And it's easy to filter excessive rainwater. Like at the time we were making this, there was a lot of rain in Lubbock, and there was a whole lot of rainwater as a result. So excessive rainwater that you can filter, or drainage water you've used to clean something already, and you want to reuse it so that you're not wasting. And this can provide a more eco-friendly household.
You could also, just take like a bucket of water from outside, run it through, and just use that water rather than running up your water bill or wasting all the water in your household.
Sorry about the delay. Our water filter has been through a few challenges today. It's going to take a little bit of time for it to fully settle there.
When we find the time, we'll fix up the filter. So
yeah, we initially had cardboard cutouts instead of wood. Yes, as Tate mentioned before. And this was our first plan to restabilize it. And in the future, we'll also stabilize it once more by getting sturdier bottles and restacking our layers so that it does not fall over again. Okay, we'll just go ahead and show you.
There's not much.
So
in
there isn't much, but okay. Just gonna try and show you as much as I can. This is clear water that our water filter produced. It will produce more, but in comparison to this water, it is very clear. And that is all.